Well, hello everyone. We are back out here in Berea, and there was some injury news today. First of all, Jordan, Cameron, Barkevious Mingo, they were back in pads today for the first time, and I believe they were probably limited. We asked Kyle Shanahan about Jordan Cameron, and he said very limited today. Not just limited, very limited. What do you think, Tom?
Well, he didn't seem to have a cast on or anything, and he looked like he was catching balls to me. We were talking off camera earlier, and I think Kyle Shanahan said last week, to a question you asked about a Johnny Manziel package, no, I don't think we're going to do that. I think that would only be, if there was an injury or we're going to use him for a while. And what happened? It was a package, so I don't know. We might see Jordan Cameron.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, the other part of that is that you can let him heal up through the bye week, yes, and then he's good to go for the rest of the season. You don't want to take that risk of having him re-injure it, right, and then he's out for 7 or more 8 games. However, you have to love that Gary Barnidge was able to come in there and make big plays when Jordan was out.
Yeah, he was terrific the last game. I think he was one of the stars of the game. I don't know if he got a game ball, but he should have. Well, just for those, based on those 2 catches alone. In the third quarter, they set up a touchdown drive, and the fourth quarter catch on the 4th down play, which obviously set up the field goal, winning field goal.
Now, some of the other storylines this week, we just talked to Justin Gilbert a little bit ago, and he really bounced back in this past game. The first game, it just was not a good game for him at all. He came back, got a little bit less playing time, but really kind of stepped up in this past game.
Yeah, I thought he was much better, and I'm sure that just does wonders for his confidence, because it just wasn't the first game, Mary Kay. He had a couple of tough preseason games there at the end, so it's nice for him to and I thought he made a couple of nice plays, so maybe that gets him going in the right direction.
And now Ben Tate, he is not practicing this week at all. He's out for this game. They haven't really officially ruled him out, but he's not going to play in this game. So that leaves the baby backs. And hey, Terrence West doesn't like baby backs now, does he, Tom?
No, it doesn't sound like it. And I was reading the story, the video he talked earlier this week, said he doesn't really understand the nickname. He says it sounds like ribs to him. You better go talk to Andrew Hawkins about this, because Andrew Hawkins is the one that named him that.
And he said Andrew's a baby too. So one of the other storylines this week, Paul Kruger, he's been playing very well this season. He's obviously playing against the team that decided not to sign him in free agency, and he still has a little bit of that chip on his shoulder for the Ravens. But boy, Paul has really looked explosive and great, hasn't he?
He's looked really good in this defense, and this defense is a type of defense where they'll move players around on the field. Mike Pettin has told me before, when they put the X's and O's down, and they're the X's, there's not positions, they put it in numbers. So guys have to be very versatile in this defense. Kruger seems to be one of these guys that have really embraced that and has played well so far.
And on the other side of the rivalry here, Joe Flacco was back in practice today. He said he had some kind of a virus and he didn't want to get the rest of the guys sick, so he sat out Wednesday, but he's an Iron Man. He's got 98 straight starts.
Yeah, he's a really good quarterback. Mike Pettin and Jim O'Neill were talking about that today, one of the best arms in the league. I think it was O'Neill that compared him, kind of a cross between Drew Brees and Ben Roethlisberger, which isn't not too bad a company.
That's right. Joe Flacco is 11-1 against the Browns. It's hard to even wrap your head around that, but they will try to get this flipped starting Sunday at FirstEnergy Stadium. And that's it from Browns practice in Berea.